All right, 2000 Toyota Corolla.
Right there.
Son's car with an oil leak. All right, so here we are underneath, and this straight up here, that's the top of the engine block.
And you don't see anything coming out of the tailpipe, or? No. Usually it looks like steam coming out. The old thing used to be if it was black smoke, it was because the engine was getting too much fuel, which these days they don't. That's pretty hard to do anyway. And if it was blue smoke, you were burning oil, and that meant the engine had a lot of wear on it. And then if it's like white, it's almost like clouds. It's the, it's from water from the coolant system going in to the, because you get three different things sealed up. You've got the compression inside the engine, you've got the oil going through, and then the water getting pumped through. And they've got to pass in between.
The water? The coolant?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that circulates all through the engine block, and then it's got to go up inside, up inside the cylinder head in places. So well, two of those things have to circulate: the oil and the water.
Okay.
And they've got to be sealed, and then the compression inside the cylinder has to be sealed.
And they don't want to mix. They don't want to mix.
Yeah, none of them really. So what you'll see is when you have a busted head gasket, a lot of times the oil will look like a milkshake. It'll look like a Frosty from Wendy's.
Tell us what you see, John, for posterity.
Well, I can see just probably what everybody else sees on this thing, this head. There is oil leaking by the head, but it kind of looks to me like it's coming from between the exhaust manifold and the head. Which is a little bit further up. I don't know. It's kind of hard to nail down what's leaking, but it's a lot wetter towards the, I'll say, the front of the engine, where the alternator belt is on that side. There's a lot more oil over there.
Yeah.
But it's coating the back of the whole.
What I just read online said that you put sealant here, not a gasket, and said make sure you don't put too much. It will squeeze into there and plug up some stuff.
So they're saying the other side is the one leaking?
Yeah.
The one.
Because it doesn't have a gasket.
Yeah.
It just uses sealant.
Is that what this is being squeezed out right here?
Yeah.
That bit? That's the sealant?
Yeah, this right here was probably leftover sealant from when they put that on there.
Yeah, you can see it right there as well.
Yep.
A little chunk of it.
So that's good news.
Well, the good thing is all you've got is a little bit of an oil leak.
Yeah.
Which is not good. It's a pain in the butt. But number one, the engine's not using oil, so the important bits that are way down deep and expensive and a pain in the ass to get to, and believe me, it's worth your time to sit. It might bore you a bit, but sit and see if you can find a YouTube video that's about 20-30 minutes long, so that a guy can go in and show you, okay, here's what it looks like now, and here's that part you just took off, which is your valve cover. And then the exhaust and the intake and the alternator and all this other stuff that's got to come unbolted. When you get done with the cylinder head, you're going to be like, well, hell, it's not that much more, and the whole engine and transmission could come out. Okay. And that's all that's really left in the rest of the car. So it's a lot of work, and that's good news, because if that's all it is this cover leak, and we can keep after it. The thing you don't want to do is run it low on oil. Don't run it low on oil and don't let it overheat, and this engine will go forever, even with that little bit of oil leaking. And that's a pain in the butt, because that really bugs me. I hate it when it just leaks.
Yeah.
If the engine's using it, well, I know that the engine's like, okay, it's got a lot of miles on it. I don't ever buy expensive cars, so I always buy my cars cheap. But so I've got no money tied up in it, and if it busts in a couple of days, a couple of weeks, whatever it is, no big deal. And with this one here, the good news is if you've got 130,000 miles on it, you probably get that many more. But you're just going to have to keep an eye on that oil leak.
Yeah, let's keep on measure every week.
And if you can use that stuff and that plugs the leak up, it stops it up a little bit, I don't see a whole lot of problem with it. I would say, probably do some more research online about all the different, if you see anything coming back where people say, oh, this stuff will clog your engine up, well, there's probably something bad. You probably want to stay away from it.
All right, putting the valve cover back on. Looked at the gasket, looked pretty good. Don't think it's going to give us any problems. Have to just keep an eye on it. And average guy fix, just live with it, right? It's gonna cost more than in time and money than it'll take you in oil for the next year or so that you're gonna own the car. Don't go too tight.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be super tight.
Okay.
You don't want to risk snapping off a bolt, then we'll...
Alright.